In the world of online discourse, reviewing or critiquing a piece of gaming software today has become a very awkward and blurry process. We live in an age where we can never be resolute on how we judge something, because the prospect of it changing in a profound way is forever dangled in front of us like a carrot on a stick. It feels like everything is in a state of perpetual limbo, always maybe only a big update or two of extra features and improvements from moving forward or becoming the final glorious form we all know and hope it to be. If we just hold on a little bit longer. The positives and negatives of this duality are plain to see. On the one hand, we have the possibility of ever-evolving and improving products that can grow and change symbiotically with us users, while on the other hand, it can foster insidious behavioral practices and abusive relationships between creator and customer. Endless stringing along from the creators, the promise of ever-possible change being used as an excuse to have us tolerate things we otherwise never would. Not unlike a turbulent, unhealthy relationship where you both keep torturing yourselves because all the emotional investment you've placed in one another makes it too difficult to let go. You know the right thing to do is just move on, but the allure of, what if, maybe, we've come this far, just a little bit more, keeps you locked in. Longingly torturing yourself with fantasies of hope and blind denial so the vital closure you need to move on healthily is never found. But eventually, a resolution is forced upon you regardless. While my flowery analogy might be a touch melodramatic, I think there's relevance and value for shining a light on the reality of today's conditions when it comes to passing judgment on a piece of gaming software. Finality, closure, certainty is becoming a distant dream. Everything is murky. Possible change is constantly flirted with, even many years into its life cycle. Nor is it any longer just about considering the resulting end product. With exceptions of the monolithic corporations, there is growing pressure and expectations from netizens for public critique to factor in the personal, often still ongoing circumstances of the creator in one's judgments. How big their team isn't, how experienced they aren't, how old they are, how hard they hypothetically may have worked during the creation process. We are encouraged to disregard standards born from experience of what's been done before, if we have them, and conjure up our own imaginary stories of the many trials and tribulations the creators could have met based upon their personal circumstances. There is an ever-present push to have us, a distant consumer, assume the psychological role of close acquaintance, co-worker, family or friend, and have that mindset color our perceptions during judgment. And a perceived failure to adopt this consideration is then used as a means of rebuking, discounting or invalidating given critique by the vocal netizens who take issue with that perception. When considering all this as a reviewer or critic, how can we proceed? How can we take a stance? How can we uphold relative standards and a sense of quality? And perhaps a more pertinent question to come before these is, how did things even get this way? I don't have clear answers or solutions to any of these questions by myself. But one thing I can offer is a perspective on the English-speaking internet environment, which led to the cultivation of such behavior. But I don't want to go any further in today's video. I will save that perspective for the next one. For now, I just hope to spark a bit of thought and conversation on the matter. Thanks for listening, and take care.